So don't try to like call the play with him. Just try to,
hop in like after the play. When I'm done calling the play, then you come in, spice up the commentary a little bit.
Yeah, it was a good tackle. He hit him really hard there.
Yeah.
Something like that. And you can place these headphones on just so you can hear them as well.
Okay.
And because this line is blue here, that means we are live and we are good to go. And they're going to start calling the game after the national anthem.
Okay, sounds good.
What's your last name?
Meng, M-E-N-G.
Edmund May. That's just for when I introduce us.
Yeah.
Edmund Meng. Yeah.
Edmund Meng.
Ming?
Meng, yeah. N-G. E-N-G.
Meng?
Yeah.
Love it. Well, a dream come true. You ask and you get.
I was just curious.
Now your curiosity might kill you.
Okay. Hopefully not today.
Don't worry. Austin's good.
Yeah.
Try.
Yes, exactly.
Correction, Arlington has won the toss and has elected to receive. At this time, can we please stand still for our nation's Star-Spangled Banner?
So if you guys want to stand, at least you have that option.
It's really hard to see.
We are live at Dr. Harold Crum Memorial Field in Lexington, and we are happy to bring you back some more Lexington High School football. The Minutemen are trying to snap a 3-game losing streak tonight as they welcome the Arlington Spy Ponders into town. I'm Austin Raish, and I'm joined by Edmund Meng. These two teams faced off last year in Arlington in what was the highest-scoring game of the season for the Minutemen. They ended up winning it by a final score of 45-28. You know they'll be looking to duplicate that effort tonight. But this is a very different game given the rainy conditions in a field that they like to call the swamp even when it's not raining. Can only imagine what it's like to play on a field like that when it already has rained. The Minutemen will kick off to start.
Back deep for Arlington, number 8, Hayden Mills, and number 6, Jake Kerbel.
Paul Agresto will kick for the Minutemen as the dangerous Caden Mills lines up back deep for Arlington. And we are underway as the kick rolls. It'll be fielded by Mills as he cuts it back across the sideline. Caden Mills with a lot of room, stays on his feet, down the sideline with a convoy of blockers. Caden Mills, one man to beat, and he's dragged down inside the 5.
Ball was picked up by number 8, Adam O'Shaughnessy, and ran all the way down the field, short of the goal line.
They're going to spot him down at the 1-yard line, so a very, very short field for the Spy Ponders as they get set.
On the run for the Arlington Spy Ponders.
They now adjusted the spot to the 4-yard line. Mills lined up in the backfield. And they toss it to Mills, and he is in for the touchdown. All right, one play for the Spy Ponders, and they are in the end zone. 20 seconds of game time has been taken off the clock, and the Spy Ponders strike first. Arlington going for two. And the toss is no good. So the score will stay where it's at.
The 2-point attempt. It's no good. The score now, Arlington 6, Lexington 0.
Six 0 is the lead for Arlington as they line up to kick off. Only 20 seconds have been taken off the clock. That was in large part thanks to the amazing return by Caden Mills, one of the players who Coach Wilson talks so much about pregame. We know how dangerous he is. He's been a force every time he stepped onto the field against the Minutemen. The kick is dropped for the moment. Now it'll have to be picked up for no gain on the return. That's Christian Flores, who couldn't handle it.
Number 23, Christian Flores on the play.
Adam O'Shaughnessy leads the offense out again. They've had their struggles. However, Coach Wilson is confident in the improvement he's seen from them in practice. He expected heavy running on both sides of the ball tonight, or from both teams, that is. Just because in this wet condition, it's very tough to throw. Lexington is typically a running team anyway. And they do start off on the ground for a gain of maybe a yard. That's Billy Marson, who we usually see in the backfield with Sawyer Colwell. They'll give him 2 on first down.
For the Arlington Spy Ponders. It is second down, 8 yards to go with the ball at the 28-yard line.
Second and 8 for the Minutemen. So they toss it out, and that was well read by Arlington's defense for no gain. That'll set up a 3rd and 8 for the Minutemen as Amari Mao could not get it going.
Taken down by number 34, Alex Tratosis. Third down and 8 to go. Ball still on the 28-yard line.
3rd and 8 for the Minutemen. They do not change up their offensive look. Carry is bounced to the outside, and well read by Arlington again. It's 4th down.
Ball carried by number 8, Adam O'Shaughnessy from the Lexington Minutemen. Taken down by number 41, Ori Forrest. It's 4th down and 5 for the Lexington Minutemen. The ball's on the 31-yard line.
The punt team takes the field for the Minutemen. It's 4th down and 5 after a disappointing offensive start. Kick is away. It will be fielded off a hop by Peter Harrison. They will get him just across the 40. So more good starting field position for the Spy Ponders.
Taken down by Lexington Minutemen, Alex Manson. 1st and 10 for the Spy Ponders from the 42-yard line.
First down from the 42 for the Spy Ponders. Harrison gets the pitch, and he's not going anywhere. Well read by the Minutemen. That'll go down as a loss of about 6 on first down.
Carried by number 11, Paul Harrison from the Spy Ponders. He's taken for a loss.
That was a good start for the Lexington's defense team for tonight. Starting with a sack.
2nd down and 16 with the ball in the 34-yard
They give the
line.
tackle credit to Amari Mao. He was one of many defenders who was there. It goes down as a loss of 6 on the play. Roshan Mandel heads it to Mills. And he is stonewalled again, but he fights through it, and there he goes. Caden Mills down the sideline. He will not be caught. Touchdown Arlington, their second of the game. Caden Mills broke free from the initial wave, and he could not be caught after that. And the Spy Ponders have doubled their lead.
Much love. Good luck. We'll see you. We'll see you. We'll see you. Yeah, I talked to him.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys.
Bye, guys.
Arlington setting up for a 2-point conversion.
Arlington will go for 2 again here. Their first attempt was not successful. Mills gets the carry, and he will not get there. So for the second time, Lexington holds Arlington on the 2-point try. However, it doesn't change the fact that Arlington has gotten into the end zone twice. They lead at 12-0 with only 8:25 left to with 8:25 left to play in the first quarter. 4 minutes have not even passed in this game, and the Spy Ponders lead at 12-0.
Well, that was kind of a bold statement, too. Just going for 2 twice in a row.
Amari Mao and Christopher Flores back deep from the Lexington Minutemen.
Mao and Flores are back deep to return again. On the first kick, Flores mishandled the return and had to fall on it for no gain. Line drive kick will be fielded by Mao off a hop. He mishandles it. Now picks it up and tries to work the sideline. Makes a few men miss. Takes it up near the 30. Maybe a little bit across.
Amari Mao taken down by number 33, Dylan McGann.
Well, if these drops just keep happening, Coach Wilson will be very, very angry.
10 for the Minutemen with the ball on their own 32-yard line.
O'Shaughnessy leads the offense back out there. Their last drive was 3 plays and then a punt. You know, they're not trying to do that again. They ran every play. We know that's expected. Here's Sawyer Colwell on the carry. He is met quickly at the line. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
Number 40, Sawyer Colwell, running the ball for the Lexington Minutemen. He's taken down by number 41, Ori Forrest, for the Arlington High School. It's second down and 11 with the ball on the 31-yard line.
Ori Forrest, the sophomore, brought him down there. Mao and Marson are lined up in the backfield. It's Mao on the carry. He tries to find some room. He'll take it to near the 40, maybe the 39, setting up a 3rd and medium for the Minutemen.
Taken down by number 7, Manu.
3rd and 5 for the Minutemen. They line up with 2 men in the backfield. It's Mao again. He's going to fight for the sideline, and he gets out of bounds with the first down.
That was a great try by Mao.
Amari Mo on the run, resulting in a Minutemen first down.
They mark him out at about the 46.5-yard line. And the drive will continue as we are inside of 7 minutes to play in the first quarter.
I apologize. First down, ball on the 46-yard line.
Snap is fumbled. O'Shaughnessy has to pick it up. He's able to get a very nice gain out of that. Give him 9 on first down to the Arlington 45, and the Minutemen are in opponent territory for the first time.
Second down and 1 for the Lexington Minutemen.
Mao and Marson lined up behind O'Shaughnessy. It's Marson, and he is thrown down. That's Daniel Mauda, the senior who was the first one to get him. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Setting up a 3rd down and about 3 here for the Minutemen. But knowing Coach Wilson, they will likely have 2 shots at this.
Actually, ball was carried by Marson.
Lexington has not thrown the ball yet. Would not be surprised if we see it here. O'Shaughnessy fumbles the snap. It's on the ground, and Arlington picks it up. Disaster strikes for the Minutemen on 3rd down, and Arlington takes over.
Fumble recovered by the Arlington Spiders.
Especially on the Lexington today, a lot of the balls were dropped. The rain weather is probably causing much troubles for Lexington today.
I think you're absolutely right there, Edmund. This is not easy weather to play any sport in, much less football. And that's the second time we've seen Lexington fumble a snap. And this time Arlington was ready for it, and they get the takeaway. First down right at midfield for the Spy Ponders. Roshan Mandel hands it to Mills, and a gaping hole for him on first down. He's up to the Lexington 40, and it is a first down. Less than 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Lexington seemingly has no answer for this offensive attack by the Spy Ponders.
It just seems like Spy Ponders are just not bothered by basically the swamp that is for the Lexington field.
Mills lined up on the right of Mandel. He will get the carry to the left side. He's got a lot of room. Tripped up inside the 30, and another first down. Give him about 15 on the run there. And the chain gang will get to work again.
Lexington Minutemen. First and 10 for the Spy Ponders with the ball on the Lexington Minutemen 27-yard line.
First down at the 27 of Lexington for the Spy Ponders. Mills on the right of Mandel again. They hand it inside to Darian Cherry, the senior. He will get about 4.
Cherry for the Spy Ponders, taken down by Paul Agresta from the Lexington Minutemen. Second down and 5 for Arlington with the ball on Lexington's 22-yard line.
Mandel and Mills in the backfield. It's Cherry again. Tries to find the edge and thrown down.
That was a very much needed stop right there. Very, very close to the red zone.
That's James Mooring on the tackle, all 6'4" and 225 of him. That is a hard man to block.
It's third down and 5 for the Spy Ponders.
They'll give him no gain on the play, even though it looks like it was more a loss of 1 or 2. So it'll be a third down and long for Arlington with 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Mandel hands it to Mills. Flag flies as he takes it down inside the 20. Now let's check the flag. It's going to be a hold on the Spy Ponders. So that will wipe that play out and set up a third and very long here.
About third and 15 for the Spy Ponders on Lexington's 33-yard line.
They mark it as third and 15 for Arlington. Haven't seen much of their passing attack yet. Mandel has 2 men beside him in the backfield. Play action, he will go to the air. He's got a man down the field. He cuts towards the sideline. 1 man to beat. No signal yet, he's in for the touchdown. That's Peter Harrison, their punt returner, showing why he has that job. Arlington strikes for the 3rd time this quarter. It is 18-0.
Austin, do you think they're going to go for it again?
Well, we'll have to see. Knowing these conditions, kicking could be a challenge, so I would not be surprised if they go for it again. They're 0 for 2 on 2-point tries thus far, but couldn't hurt to at least try it. They will go up 20-0 if they convert here. It is Mandel and Mills in the backfield. I've said that many times already this quarter. Mandel fakes, and his throw is broken up. And for the 3rd time this game, Arlington finds the end zone but does not convert. So the score will stay where it is at 18-0 in favor of the Spy Ponders. Mao and Flores are back deep to return once again for the Minutemen. We have yet to see them field a kick cleanly.
Amari Mao and Christian Flores back deep for the Lexington Minutemen.
Short kick will be fielded off a hop by Flores. He'll try to cut towards his own sideline. He finds a little bit of room and will be thrown down just across the 30.
Kick picked up by Lexington's number 23, Christian Flores. Brought down by Ryan Skull for the Arlington Spy Condors.
So the Minutemen retake the field for the third time this game. The last drive ended up stalling with them losing control of the ball on third down and giving it away to Arlington. However, they did have some nice momentum going on that drive, taking it across midfield for the first time, getting their first down of the game. So let's see if they can replicate that here. O'Shaughnessy will keep it himself. He's not going anywhere. Well read once again by Arlington. They'll give him a gain of maybe a yard on the play.
O'Shaughnessy, who was taken down by Henry Tasmer for the Spy Condors. No gain on the play, second down.
Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. The Minutemen are facing a 2nd and 10 at their own 33. Shaughnessy takes it himself again, and not much doing on second down. Give him 1 yard there. That sets up a 3rd and long. Tackle on the play made by Eli Mendez, the freshman.
Taken down by Nathan D'Souza. It's 3rd and 9 with the ball on the 34-yard line.
Time is running out in the first quarter, and Lexington does not appear that they will be running another play. So that will do it for quarter number 1. Lexington will face a 3rd and 9 from their own 34 when we come back. And an impressive showing in the first 12 minutes by the Arlington Spy Ponders. They lead it 18-0 over the Minutemen. We will be back shortly.
Really fun. Austin, do you think, like, are there anything that I should have said more or should have said less?
I mean, I would just try to come in more.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, try to say something after at least every other play.
Yeah.
I mean, every play couldn't hurt. But yeah, just, spice things up a little bit.
Yeah.
I picked such a bad day to get an infection in my eye. This guy right here.
Is that? Oh, it's not.
Yeah, I cannot see the numbers at all.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
That's why I've been looking in here so much. We're back for the start of quarter number 2. The teams have switched sides and we're ready to go. It's a 3rd and 8 for the Minutemen at their own 34. O'Shaughnessy back to throw. He has his man, but he will be well short of the first down.
Well, here goes the punt team again.
That was John Kafalis on the catch. It's 4th down, and the offense does not appear to be going anywhere. Looks to be about 3 yards to go on 4th down. Even though Lexington is on their own 40, there's got to be a bit of a sense of urgency here. down by 3 scores early on. You got to get at least one of those back. O'Shaughnessy rolls to his right, looking, cannot escape, and he's thrown down. Ori Forrest, the sophomore, was there again. And once again, the Minutemen come up empty.
It is quite a young field today. Even Amari Mo, who is basically the leading running back for the Lexington, is actually just a sophomore.
First and 10 for the Spy Ponders.
Arlington takes over on the Minutemen's 39-yard line. So excellent starting field position. Amazingly, that is not even close to the best starting field position they've had this game. That was courtesy of Caden Mills on the opening return, taking it back to the 4-yard line. And he's in the backfield, lined up on the left of Manchel. Mandel back to pass. He's under pressure, and his throw is caught. He hits the tight end down the sideline. And they finally get to him inside the 15. The Arlington offense continues to roll. Jake Kerbel, the senior, hauled that one in.
I think once they tasted that play action touchdown, right now they want to push for more passing games.
They'll give him 28 on the first down catch. And the Spy Ponders are set up 11 yards away from their 4th touchdown. They run it up the middle, and he powers his way across for the touchdown. Darian Cherry gets it done this time, and the Spy Ponders continue to pour it on. Well, the Arlington offense is not leaving the field. It looks like they will be attempting their 4th two-point try of the game thus far. They are 0 for 3. They run it with Cherry, and once again, the Lexington defense will not let up a 2-point try. They have stopped all 4 attempts by Arlington thus far. However, that doesn't change the fact that the Spy Ponders have found the end zone 4 times and lead it 24-0 with about 11 minutes to play in the half.
Well, hopefully this time when the Lexington offense takes the field again, hopefully there could be a change in momentum for the Lexington, both the offense and the defense.
One thing to keep in mind here is because of all the failed 2-point tries by Arlington, it's still a 3-score game. If Lexington can get into the end zone 3 times and convert the 2-point on all of those tries, they will be tied at 24. Now, normally that's not a very realistic situation. However, with this rainy weather and the wet field, I think that's incredibly realistic that we will see both of these teams continue to go for 2 every time they score. Lexington can have a chance to punch it in here, and then they will get the ball to start the second half. So this could be a great 1-2 combo for them. The kick gets past Flores, and Mao will have to pick it up. He finds some room down the sideline and thrown out across the 35. Amari Mao continues to shine every time he touches the ball.
Amari Mo on the run for the Lexington Minutemen. Forced out of bounds at the 36.
First down for the Minutemen on their own 37. It's Mao in the backfield. He will get the carry, try to find the edge. And he stays on his feet through all of that. And there goes Amari Mao down the sideline. And they finally force him out of bounds near the 30. That was the spark this Lexington offense has been looking for. Now let's see if they can go capitalize off of it.
Exactly. I think, Austin, what you just said earlier was really valid, just because how the rainy weather can really just make running game really powerful. And here, Amari Mao really made a great gain, and I think this could be a change of momentum for Lexington.
Mao will come out for this play. He'll be replaced by his return mate, Christian Flores. Flores will line up to the right of O'Shaughnessy. This play will be whistled dead as a flag flies. We're waiting for an official ruling, but the flag appears to be on Arlington. It will be offsides on the Spy Ponders, which at the professional level, at least, is not a pre-snap penalty. However, at the high school level, it is. So Lexington will take their 5 yards. That'll move them to the 23-yard line with 9.5 minutes left to play in the first half. O'Shaughnessy hands it to Flores. He's got blockers. Christian Flores met by a defender and carried out of bounds inside the 15. It's a first down for the Minutemen.
Christian Flores on the carry for the Lexington Minutemen. Forced out of bounds by Sean Boyce. Play results in the Minutemen first down. It's first and 10 with the ball on Arlington's 17-yard line.
Sawyer Colwell comes back into the game for the Minutemen. We know he's their power back in a lot of these situations. He'll get the carry. Got through one tackler, but not much else. It'll be about 1.5 yards on first down.
He's taken down by Darian Cherry for the Arlington Spy Ponders. It's second down and about 8 to go for the Minutemen.
Eight minutes to play in the half as Lexington appears to be in no rush, which is probably a smart move as they don't want to give the ball back to Arlington with too much time to punch one in before the half. Flores gets the carry, and he is thrown down in the backfield. They get him back about 2 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of about 5 on the play, setting up a 3rd and long for the Minutemen. O'Shaughnessy has Colwell on his right. It's 3rd and long. He fakes, tries to keep it himself, and gets absolutely stonewalled. Once again, that's Henry Tasmer who got into the backfield first. It's 4th and even longer. Now the Minutemen have a decision to make. They do have a long way to go, but at this point, down 3 scores with the clock running in the first half, I would not be surprised if they keep the offense out here, even though it's going to be about 4th and 17. O'Shaughnessy hasn't thrown it much, but I think we're about to see it here. The blocking is running out. O'Shaughnessy has nowhere to go, and nothing is doing for him on fourth down. Once again, the Arlington defense holds Lexington, and that 0 will stay on the scoreboard. Just under 6 minutes to play in the first half, as Arlington looks to piece together what could be their final drive before we break. Some confusion before the play as the refs sort this out. Mills gets the carry. He's got another hole. It'll be about 6 on first down.
Taken down by Christian Flores for the Lexington Minutemen. It's now 2nd and 4 for Arlington.
The rain seemed to stop just a few minutes earlier, and now there are much more people coming into the stadium. And it is very commendable that many of the Lexington parents and community came out to watch the team play in a very, very bad weather.
Arlington in no rush here as the snap is fumbled. Arlington will have to fall back on it. It looks like they do recover. They lose about a yard on the play. Well, even though the rain may be stopping, the field is not getting any drier.
Yeah, it is not any better for the team out there, at least for people who are watching it.
Was a personal foul on the play against Arlington.
Arlington appeared to be flagged for a personal foul at the end of that play. They have not adjusted the line of scrimmage. It looks like they're doing so now, because personal fouls are 15 yards. So that's a substantial loss for the Spy Ponders. That took them from 3rd and medium to 3rd and very long.
These mistakes are basically costing a lot more yards for the Spy Ponders. Last quarter, where they also almost lost their touchdown opportunity near the end zone because of a 15-yard penalty.
3rd down and 19.
Officially 19 yards to go on 3rd down. Mandel hands it to Barry, trying to bounce it to the right side. He'll get a few, but the Lexington defense was ready for that. 4th and long, as we are now inside of 4 minutes to play. And we'll see what Arlington wants to do.
It's 4th down and 16 yards to go for Arlington. The ball on their own 20-yard line.
It's 4th and 16 for Arlington, and it doesn't appear that they're going to punt. The offense is staying out there even though they are on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, I think they're probably also reminiscing about their play action touchdown that they got in quarter one. Let's see if they can do it again here.
Flores is back deep for the Minutemen in case they try anything. Let's see if there is an actual play here. And there will not be. Mandel calls timeout. Lexington does not bite on the hard count. And now we will likely see the punt team take the field for Arlington.
Hopefully this will be a very big change of momentum for the Lexington defense.
Little over 3 minutes left in the first half of play.
After they basically been clobbered by three really big runs in the first quarter.
Lexington defense does their job. They get themselves off the field. Flores is back at his own 45 to return this punt. If he can do what they brought him here to do, Lexington could get very good field position. Setting up a drive with about 3 minutes to go. The kick is pressured. It looks like it was tipped at the line. And Lexington is going to be set up with excellent field position here at the end of the half. There is no word on who recovered it, but regardless, the Minutemen get the ball near the 20-yard line of Arlington. That is just what they needed. There's 3:07 on the clock. They now only have to go 20 yards if they want points before the half. It's going to be Marson and Colwell in the backfield, like we're so used to seeing. O'Shaughnessy back to throw, under pressure, and he cannot escape the rush. It's a loss of 1 on the play as the clock runs down inside of 3 minutes.
Holding on to the ball on that play, running it up, he was tackled by number 75, Henry Tasman for the Arlington Spy Ponders. The loss of 1 yard on the play. It's now second down and 11.
Clock continues to run. We're down to 2:15. O'Shaughnessy rolls to his right, looks to throw, and his pass is caught. Crossing the field and taking it in for the touchdown is Mario Capone, the senior who missed all of last year with a leg injury. They are so happy to have him back, and he gives Lexington their first points of the game.
I think this is probably symbolizing something very, very important in this game for the Lexington offense as they take on a very important touchdown in the second quarter to change the momentum for the better. What it looks like so far in the game, a lot of the plays, although seemed risky at the time, seemed to all paid off. The first one was Spy Ponders play action touchdown.
Adam O'Shaughnessy is taken to the sideline. He appears to be limping, so that is not a good sign for the Minutemen as they now line up to kick the extra point. Had they had him on the field, they would likely be going for 2. The kick is mishandled by the snap, and the try is no good. So we have yet to see a team convert either a 1-point or 2-point try after a touchdown. So the score will stay where it is at 24-6 in favor of the Spy Ponders with 2:05 to play in the half.
I think now if the Lexington really wants to keep this momentum going, the defense really need an important stop right here.
Take a minute and go on down and support the Boosters Club.
Paul Agresto will kick for the Minutemen. And back deep is Mills. Very short kick. One of the up men will fall on it. And that is where the Spy Ponders will start this drive with just 2:04 on the clock.
It is 6:52, and just an hour ago, most of the stadium was empty, and now it's slowly starting to fill a lot more people, and we're hoping to see a full house maybe by the end of the game.
Arlington. Now 1st and 10. For the Spy Ponders on their own 30-yard line.
Two men in the backfield on either side of the quarterback once again. Barry gets the carry. He gets through the initial wave of defenders, gets about 10 on first down.
Barry Cherry on the carry for the Arlington Spy Ponders. There is a flag on the play.
There's a flag. Let's see what it is.
The players appear to be coming back. So it looks like this play will come back. We'll have to see.
Holding against Arlington.
And it is holding on the Spy Ponders, typical for those kinds of run plays. So that wipes a first down run.
That's a 10-yard penalty.
That's going to set up the Spy Ponders with a 1st and 20 here.
Yeah, I think the Spy Ponders, especially today, are dealing with some very serious issues with fouling and flags in general. This is basically their 3rd time suffering a major setback just because of a holding or anything.
With the ball on the Spy Ponders 20-yard line.
That'll push Arlington back to their own 20 as the run play is quickly shut down.
With that snap for Arlington, they do recover. Second down and 20 to go for Arlington.
So Arlington falls on their own bad snap, something we've seen on both sides of the ball. That'll make it 2nd and 20 for them with just 1:25 to play in half number 1.
Timeout called by Lexington.
The Minutemen did take a timeout at the end of that play to keep the clock where it is, maybe in hopes of a last-second drive to get 6 or 8 more before the half ends. Second down and 20 for the Spy Ponders. The run is bounced to the outside and well covered by the Minutemen. Looks like they will take another timeout. That stops the clock with 1:17. The Minutemen will have 1 timeout left. And Arlington will be looking at a 3rd down and about 17.
18 yards to go. Ball on Arlington's 22-yard line.
Arlington really taking their time as they break the huddle here. 3rd and 18 for them with 1:17 left in the half. Lexington has 1 timeout left. We will likely see them use it here if they can get the stop. Mandel sets up a screen, and it's dropped, intended for Cherry, and it's 4th down. And with that incomplete pass, the clock stops, so Lexington can hold on to their final timeout here.
I think we're just seeing a really great change in just Lexington, both offense and defense in general. A lot of players are stepping up right now to make the important plays and just basically capitalizing on the Spy Ponder's mistakes. I think the second half will probably signal a very, very good change in favor of Lexington.
Lexington currently doesn't have anybody back deep. They're going all out to block the punt, and they won't need to. The punter mishandles the snap, and the Minutemen take over in excellent field position. Once again, a mistake on special teams by Arlington sets up Lexington in perfect position to get into the end zone again.
Yeah, and I think that just the energy in the stadium is just getting better and better as also the momentum starts to shift in favor of Lexington.
Lexington trails by 18 as Adam O'Shaughnessy is back out there. We saw him dealing with what looked like some sort of injury in his leg. Lexington is already set up with a 1st and goal after the mishandled snap by the punter. The run is bounced to the outside and well read by the Arlington defense. Clock runs down inside of a minute. Arlington has all 3 timeouts, and if they have not called one yet, it's likely that they just won't call one at all. Sawyer Colwell lines up on the left of O'Shaughnessy. He's back to throw. The pressure gets to him, and down he goes. He loses his footing behind the line. And a huge loss there for the Minutemen, setting up a 3rd and very long as Lexington appears to take their final timeout with 26 seconds on the clock.
It's 3rd down, 20 to go. There was a 10-yard loss on the previous play. 26 seconds left in the first half of play.
O'Shaughnessy loses 10 on 2nd down, setting the Minutemen up with a 3rd and 20 here with just 26 seconds on the clock. And they are out of timeouts. Just 26 seconds on the clock and no timeouts for the Minutemen. At this point, going for it on 4th down seems like a good idea, given the fact that there's such little time on the clock. If they stay in bounds, however, they're going to need to come up with a play on the fly. Likely take one last shot to the end zone. O'Shaughnessy drops back, airs it out. He's got his man for the touchdown. John Kafales hauls it in, and the Minutemen strike before the half breaks.
That was a great play. It's every single time when Lexington really needs it for the pass play, they did it.
With just 18 seconds on the clock, the Minutemen find the end zone again. Now we'll have to see if they want to go for 2. It's probably more likely given that they tried the extra point and their holder couldn't get the snap down given the wet turf. O'Shaughnessy lines up with Colwell on his left. He's back to throw. His floater in the back of the end zone is broken up, but a flag comes in.
Let's see who was against.
Pass was thrown in the direction of John Kafalis, and the flag quickly came out as both players hit the ground.
I think just a very typical game in the rain when both sides are just basically plagued with flags all over the place.
We're still waiting on word on the flag. It's going to be offensive pass interference on the Minutemen. That's probably not what they were thinking as they discussed what their plan was for the conversion. So now they will move back 15 yards. And it appears that they will go for two again, this time from the 18-yard line.
I just feel like that area is like the lucky spot for both sides tonight.
O'Shaughnessy back to throw. Has to pull it down, tries to find the edge. And forced out of bounds short.
Oh.
So, in total, these two teams combined are 0 for 6 on tries, whether 1 point or 2 points, on after touchdowns. That wet turf, it does something to you.
Oh, yeah, it does. Also, it looks like some parts of the field are basically just puddles at this point. But thankfully, the rain finally stopped. And maybe there is some more benefit for both sides of the team.
There's 18 seconds on the clock in the first half here. Lexington has to be careful on this return, that they cannot let Caden Mills or someone else break a big one and potentially strike right before the half breaks. We saw Mills come up 4 yards short of pay dirt on the opening kick. Lexington has to make sure nothing like that happens again. Agresta will kick once again. It's another short one. Cherry will take it off a bobble. And they quickly rally to him and bring him down for a short gain. Nicely done by the Lexington return team.
A very good stop.
Just 13 seconds on the clock. So let's see how Arlington wants to play this.
For the Lexington Minutemen. 13 seconds left. First and 10. For the Lexington Minutemen. First and 10 for the Arlington Spy Ponders, excuse me.
Arlington will just sit on it, and that ends the first half. Well, after Arlington quickly jumped out to a 24-0 lead, the Minutemen struck back with 2 touchdowns of their own. They've cut the deficit in half. After 24 minutes, Arlington leads Lexington 24-12. I'm Austin Raish, and I'm joined by Edmund Meng. We will see you in about 12 minutes here on LexMedia.
And there is a couple of other announcements. It says here, hello friends, parents, and Lexington community. The student body of LHS has three brief announcements for you. First, we have a charity to raise money for individuals who struggle from breast cancer. The goal is set at $3,450 to get 23 mammograms donated this year. If you would like to donate, there will be a sign at the next home game with a QR code to scan the link or paste it into a browser.
It's just like super loud. I would ask them about that.
Next, we have one of our favorite clubs who brings sports and charities together, Field to Play. To ask anyone who could bring non-perishables food items to the next home game, please do so. Boxes will be set up near the concession stand to put your donations in. Finally, they have our Lexington Battle Green Run coming up on November 5th. If you're looking to help the lacrosse and hockey teams, you can donate, run, or walk to help. These funds will be used to help support needs of the teams. Thank you very much.
Acapella or something? I know, brutal.
That's tough. Well, what happened for the first like 20 minutes? Or we, shit.
Dude, I don't know, man.
So it was like 3 touchdowns. Can they not kick a field goal like us or what?
They went for 2 every time and didn't get it at all.
Yeah, because they can't kick a field goal.
Yeah.
I just don't think except Fred, I don't think anybody can kick a field goal. Get up there.
I don't see why not.
Is there somebody?
I'm pretty sure we can just go up there. I don't think it will care.
I'm curious.
I showed it like 10. I showed it like 1 quarter later. We're already down 24. Good comeback, though. We're getting there. Cool.
Yeah, the Arlington or Lexington. Yeah, it's both sides, I think. Oh, okay.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Wait, do you know Siley?
Yeah.
She was my mentee.
Oh, last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did she quit debate? I thought she was pretty good.
No, she still is doing debate.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see her in the class. Did she switch her format?
No, she's still doing policy.
I haven't seen Siley yet.
Oh.
Probably because I sit in the back.
Oh. No, she's in that class still.
Wait, do you know when the half's gonna start?
It says
5 minutes?
5 minutes,
Okay.
30 seconds about.
Wait, that was Casimir, right?
Yeah.
I'm in English. Last year.
brother's usually an announcer on the other side, so we're filling in for him. All right, thanks, guys. Sure.
Yes. Oh. I was gonna say try to get paper towels. Try to what? Get paper towels or napkins. I don't think they have them. Maybe the dog. It's hot dog? Good. About to go get another one. Wait, get me one then. I said you didn't want anything. Well, you said it was good. I'll give you money. But I will go get you one. No, you want it now? I probably won't be able to eat it. I can get it towards the end of the work. Okay. You want me to give you money now? That's fine. Okay. I'll just check. I asked her and she goes no, and then we get out there and I look and I'm like, really packed. You saw everybody too. Oh, like cheer? Like cheer and like and like Jordan. Okay, so why are they here? And you know about Am I in the way? Probably not.
It's time to start.
No, you guys are in the way. Oh my god, the thing is connected.
Are these mics on?
They should be.
All right. All right. Tap your thing.
Welcome back to the second half of play. I do want to announce the boosters door prize with the yellow ticket and the 50-50 raffle worth over $100. $111. If you have the number, yellow ticket number 777-843.
We are back for the start of the second half between Lexington and Arlington. I'm Austin Raish. Once again, I'm joined by Edmund Meng.
Good evening, folks.
Go right up to the snack stand.
The Minutemen should be receiving this kick here
Area right there.
to begin the second half. They trail the Spy Ponders 24-12.
That was a really good end for the second quarter for the Lexington, even though they started basically trailing off 4 touchdowns in the first quarter. And now they're in a good position to turn the tide of this field.
One of the key things about high school football is who can make the least amount of mistakes. In that second quarter, Arlington made 2 big ones by messing up on special teams, having their punt tipped and then the punt mishandled by the punter. Lexington took those mistakes and took advantage of them and found the end zone twice.
Yeah, of course. And also, I think that's just part of the game, playing in the rain when you have to deal with all of these basically natural obstacles, slippery weather, and
Christian Flores gets a very good return. He's out of bounds at the 45-yard line of the Minutemen. So very nice starting field position as the Minutemen begin the second half.
if you just look down and see the field, you can see Lexington team is really pumped up right now. Their energy is up there, and even from the box, we can just really feel it, and they really, really want to win this game.
Adam O'Shaughnessy leads the offense back out there. He found Mario Capone and then John Kafalis within minutes of each other to cut Lexington's deficit in half. And he's got Flores and Marson lined up on either side of him. It's Flores with the carry. The second effort will get him about 6 on first down as they cross midfield on one play.
Ball carried by Sawyer Caldwell. Taken down by number 4. Darian Cherry for the Arlington Spy Ponders. Second down. 3 to go. 7 on the play. The ball's on the 48-yard line.
Second and 3 now for the Minutemen. O'Shaughnessy gives it back to Colwell, and he is hit and dropped right at the line, maybe a little bit behind the line. So this sets up a 3rd and medium here for the Minutemen with just a minute gone by in the second half.
For Arlington. Loss of about 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4 to go. The ball on the 49-yard line.
Officially 3rd and 4 for the Minutemen on 3rd down. Here's Marson with the carry. He bounces it to the outside, and he appears to have enough for the first down. That is the signal of the ref. First down to the 45 of Arlington.
Yeah, football is basically the game of inches. That was really close, but great efforts by Lexington running back in the play. Saved basically the drive, and let's see if the momentum can continue.
First and 10 on the 45-yard line of Arlington for the Minutemen. O'Shaughnessy gives it to Mao, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Survives one hit. The ball comes out. The ball is out. There's no signal who has it. And it appears to be recovered by Lexington. That's Will Everett who fell back on it.
Lexington recovers their own fumble. Second and 10 for the Lexington Minutemen. With the ball on Arlington's 45-yard line.
Officially no gain or loss on the play for the Minutemen. Will Everett fell on the fumble.
It was good that they at least recovered it, though. In these really, really slippery fields, it's super easy to just lose that and make a turnover.
Now too much motion in the backfield is going to draw a flag on the Minutemen. So that'll set them up with 3rd and 15 here, right at midfield. 2nd and 15, that is.
Now 2nd down and 15 to go. The ball on the 50-yard line.
O'Shaughnessy fakes to Colwell, tries to find some room on his own, and he is met by a convoy of defenders. Brady Beckenhuis was the first one to get there. And Lexington is set up with a 3rd and very, very long here.
And to keep the play, Adam O'Shaughnessy holding on to the ball, taking down for a loss. It's now 3rd down and 20 from Lexington Minutemen with the ball on their own 45-yard line.
The Minutemen are now back at where they started this drive, their own 45. As they need to get 20 yards here if they want to extend this drive. However, we've seen them go for it on 4th down once already. Would not be surprised if we see it again. That all depends on what they can do here. O'Shaughnessy back to throw. Now he pulls it down. Tries to find some room. Gets about 4 and out of bounds. It's 4th and 16 for the Minutemen. Let's see what they want to do. The offense does not appear to be going anywhere. And now, right as I say that, the punt team takes the field.
Well, the 3rd and 16 was just probably way too risky, even for Coach Wilson in this situation here. And a punt team can actually put the defense into a good position heading into the next drive.
John Kafalis, who hauled in the touchdown to end the first half, is back to punt. Gets it away. That's a well-struck ball.
That's a great sound.
And it will go out of bounds inside the 10. Very well done by John Kafalis.
That was indeed a great punt.
You can hear the support Kafalis is getting from the sideline there.
Oh, yeah.
We're still waiting for an official spot. Looks to be around the 5-yard line or the 10-yard line. Officially the 9-yard line. Nice work by John Kafalis, as we are nearly halfway through the third quarter. Roshan Mandel back out there. They keep it on the ground here. It'll be about 3 on first down. Now with this deep field position for Arlington, they have the opportunity to take a lot of time off this clock here. We're inside of 6 minutes to go, approaching 5.5. Even if they don't get any points, they could run this down maybe to the end of the third quarter. And even if they come up empty, the Minutemen would get the ball back down 2 scores with just 12 minutes to play. That puts them in a difficult position if they want to come back and win this ball game. They keep it on the ground here with Mills. They'll bring him down after a short gain, but that will leave Arlington with a 3rd and about 1, if that.
Lexington needs a really important stop right here in 3rd and 1, or else the Arlington's really going to get a chance to basically just run down the clock and waste time and puts Lexington into a really bad situation here.
Darian Cherry is their power back, who they usually go to in short yardage situations like this. Let's see if they do it again here. It is Cherry, and he will have the first down out across the 30, or the 20 that is. Arlington continuing to run their offense the same way they've been running it all game. And the clock will continue to run. We're down inside of 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. The run this time snuffed out quickly by the Lexington defense. It'll be a short gain of about 2 for Cherry.
And the clock continues to run, 3:24, 3:23, and something really needs to happen for Lexington defense here.
It'll be about 2nd and 8. As Arlington, understandably, is in no hurry here. It's the same 3 men in the backfield that we've seen so much this game. Low snap, fielded and handed to Cherry, but Will Everett wraps him up for a loss of about a yard. Nicely done there. That'll give Arlington a 3rd and long.
Well, again, this is basically the disadvantage of running a smash mouth offense here. Not actually consistently getting these runs, not getting consistent yards would really put you in a terrible position at your 3rd down.
3rd down and a long 7 here for Arlington. This is a golden opportunity for Lexington's defense to get themselves off the field. As we are inside of 2 minutes to play in quarter number 3.
Well, here comes the Arlington offense.
They fake it to Cherry, hand it to Ori Forrest, and he will come up short. Now a decision to make for Arlington. It's going to be 4th down and about 3. They are on about their own 30-yard line. We saw them earlier on 4th and 16 bring out the offense and try to do a hard count to make the Minutemen jump, which they did not fall for. They ended up calling a timeout and bringing out the punt team. This situation, though, is considerably a shorter distance to go.
Yeah, and what's worse for Lexington right now is that they've basically run out of their timeouts. And right now, it's just at the mercy of the Arlington running offense.
4th and 2. They pitch it to Forrest again. And this is going to be very, very close. There is no signal yet. And it is a 1st down. By a matter of inches, Ori Forrest picks it up, and this drive will continue.
Yeah, you can also see the Lexington sideline really frustrated with that decision. A lot of them thought that they got the stop, but at the end of the day, it's just a game of inches, and even 1 inch counts.
We're down to 15 seconds in the 3rd quarter. That may have been the last play we will see run before quarter number 4. Arlington is in no rush here, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. So after 3, only 2 possessions, 1 by each team in that quarter, 0 points put up on the board by either side. However, as we enter the final 12 minutes, Arlington has the ball, and they have a 12-point lead, and they have a very solid running game that can take a lot of time off the clock. So Lexington has a lot to talk about in this huddle. We will be back shortly.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. The score is Arlington 24 and Lexington 12.
That was actually such a boring 3rd quarter.
That went by so fast.
Yeah. Like, I couldn't believe it was like 5 minutes left or 3 minutes left.
The 4th quarter begins here on LexMedia. Arlington has the ball. It's 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line on a drive that started back at their own 9. They also hold a 12-point lead over the Minutemen. And the 1st down run is going to be sniffed out in the backfield. for a loss of about 1. Cherry gets the carry again. And that is something we will probably see a lot of in these final 12 minutes, is Arlington continuing to pound the rock and running as much time off the clock as they can.
Yeah, I think the Spy Punters really realize how the Lexington can really have this fire going in the second half, but they decided that, well, they're not going to be heroes. Nobody's going to try to score points. Their main goal is to snuff out that fire and basically just clobber down Lexington.
We appear to have some sort of stoppage on the play. We're unsure if it's a timeout or an official's timeout. Looks like it is a timeout on the field because neither team seemed to have called one. Well, they sorted it out pretty quickly, and the game will continue. 2nd and 10 for Arlington. And once again, a well-snuffed out play by the Minutemen. That sets them up with a 3rd and long. Another chance for the defense to get themselves off the field. This one considerably more important than the last time.
Yeah, if the offense does not get on the field right now, then it will put Lexington into very serious trouble as they head into the 4th quarter with on-playing defense again.
Arlington not really changing up their offensive look here. They hand the ball off, and it's going back to maybe the original line of scrimmage. That'll leave them with 4th and 10. And now another decision to make. We saw Arlington on this same drive go for it on 4th and about 3, and they barely picked it up with Ori Forrest getting the carry. This, however, is 3 times as long as the last 4th down they faced, but the offense does not appear to be going anywhere.
Yeah, the whole Lexington Stadium is getting fired up for this play.
Now movement in the pre-snap. This is coming back 5 yards. That'll make it 4th and 14, and that will bring the punt team onto the field for Arlington. So that might have been a break for Lexington, might have been a break for Arlington. We'll never know what would have happened on 4th and 9 there. But I'll tell you one thing, the Minutemen will definitely take this. They have nobody back deep to return. They're likely going to bring as many people at this punt as they can. And this one is tipped again at the line and out of bounds on Arlington's own side of the field for the 3rd time this game. The Minutemen's special teams comes into play. That is the 3rd mistake by the Arlington punt team. And the Minutemen now have excellent field position as they need to find the end zone twice with just 9:21 to play. That was Abelwahib Ibrahim who forced the pressure. Lexington takes over at the 29 of Arlington. Mao motions out to the right. O'Shaughnessy rolls, looks to throw, and the pass is broken up. Thrown in the direction of John Kafalis, and it's 2nd down.
Lexington probably does not want to keep running the offense that they had in the first 2 quarters. There's only 9 minutes left, and just scoring this, they will have to play defense again. against an Arlington who is very, very determined to just waste the clock and run them down.
Lexington's pass is incomplete. It's now second down and 10 yards to go for the Minutemen. The ball still on Arlington's 29-yard line.
We appear to have an injured player on the field. So both teams will take this time to discuss their game plan for these final 9 minutes. We do not have word on who that player is, so we will stay updated. We will keep you posted.
It's an injury timeout on the field.
It's Adam O'Shaughnessy who went down. He is on the sideline right now. So that is a huge loss for the Minutemen. Their starting quarterback goes down. Now the question is, who will be taking over for him? That appears to be Paul Agresta, their kicker and backup QB. Low snap is going to get wiped by a flag on the play.
Flags on the play. Illegal safety called against Lexington.
So it will go against the Minutemen.
That penalty.
Move it back 5 yards. That makes it 2nd and 15.
Ball on
Yeah, that was a very critical
Arlington's
series of events that have just basically gone downhill for the Lexington. And hopefully from now, the quarterback Shaughnessy will get better soon.
Paul Agresta, as we said earlier, is normally the kicker. He also serves as the backup quarterback. Now he comes in at a big spot. He's going to air it out. And nearly intercepted. A dangerous throw there. That is a huge break for the Minutemen. Not sure what happened there. Just a complete miscommunication. That's Sean Boyce, the senior who almost came up with it. That'll make it 3rd and 15.
Yeah, I think in this very moment, Lexington really needs to try to calm down, compose, and maintain their composure, even though they have lost their quarterback. But in this very moment, it is just the best thing to do is just stay calm and try to recollect themselves.
It's 3rd and 15 for the Minutemen as they line up. But given the score and the time on the clock, we're probably looking at 2 plays here to get these 15 yards. Agresta has Colwell on his right. It's Mao who gets the toss. Amari Mao has room down the sideline, and he's thrown down after a gain of a few. They're going to spot him about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage, making it 4th down and about 11 or 12 here.
Whistles on the field.
looks like 4th and 12 for the Minutemen.
Looks like we have another injured player on the field. Someone on the Minutemen. Again, we're unsure who that is. And this gives Lexington some time to discuss their game plan for 4th and 12 with 8:40 to play. This could very well be the game here if they don't convert.
Oh, yeah, and even in this moment right now, with many players being injured, it is a time to really important time to recollect themselves and to focus on what's the most important.
Adam O'Shaughnessy's helmet is on. He has rejoined the huddle. So he may be ready to come back into this game.
I think that would be a good chance for Lexington too, just because of how his return will sort of ignite a hope in the offense and maybe initiate a good turn of events in favor of Lexington.
4th and 12 here. Colwell is lined up with O'Shaughnessy. Amari Mao is off the field. They hand the ball off.
Oh.
It's fumbled, and Lexington does not convert. Arlington sold out to stop that play, even though running the ball or doing a little tap pass on 4th and 12 was probably not what they expected. Regardless, they were ready for it, and they get off the field. So Arlington takes over on their own 33. We have 8 minutes left to play in the game. We'll probably see a lot of what we saw on the last drive. Just a heavy run offense. Take as much time off the clock as you can. Get Lexington to use some of their timeouts. And if they can punch one in, then they will be in excellent position to walk out of here with a win. The ball is out.
The ball's out.
Picked up by Lexington, and he's gone for the touchdown.
He's going for the touchdown.
Unbelievable.
What a great turn of events.
A loose ball on the transfer, and Lexington capitalizes off of it. They find the end zone. It's a one-score game with 7:58 to play.
It's like what they said. You need to capitalize on mistakes. Great plays can't win you the game. Capitalize on mistake is perhaps one of the most important things to do in football. And Lexington did just that. And that was not the only time they have accomplished that feat. If the Lexington can really continue the momentum that they have right now, then Arlington football might be in danger of losing a game which they have led in 4 touchdowns in the first quarter.
So here we go. The Minutemen appear to line up to be going for 2. We have not seen a team convert either an extra point or a 2-point try at all this game. Lexington keeps it up the middle. No signal yet, and he's in. It's a 4-point game here at Dr. Harold Crum Memorial Field.
I guess this is basically the beauty of football, where just the whole game can just change in one play, 1 second. A moment ago, the whole field was just down, and it seemed like Lexington had lost all hope, but that one mistake capitalized can really send them into victory this day.
$7:58 left to play, and now the Minutemen have to refocus their efforts to their defense, which was only on the field for 1 play on the last drive. They're going to be back out there quickly, and barring any mistakes like that from Arlington, they're really going to have to focus to try to stop this run attack that we've been seeing all game.
Yeah, but I think it's also good that you can see Lexington's more out. It's an all-time high, and it looks like their defense is really ready to go. and let's just see how this unfolds.
Agresta will kick from his own 40. It's another dribbler on the ground. He'll be picked up by Arlington. And they push him out across the 35 to about the 37. So the Arlington offense quickly back out there after making an incredibly costly mistake on the last drive, losing the ball on the transfer and handing 6 points to the defense. They have to avoid anything like that if they want to keep the lead, which was once at 24 points.
I think what's just also interesting is just how just crazy play just always happens in games where the weather is just terrible, whether it's snow or rain, and that's why it's just sometimes so amazing to see these kind of games, just to see how the play can just unfold in very, very interesting and unexpected ways.
The run up the middle goes for about 3 with Cherry. The clock runs. We're down to 7.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter.
Second down and about 7 to go. For Arlington, with the ball on their own at the 41-yard line.
The Lexington sideline trying to get this crowd back into it. Second and 7 and a very similar offensive look for Arlington. Mandel back to throw it. He lost the ball.
He lost the ball.
He lost it, but they're going to call it incomplete. He lost the ball while throwing it, but the ref quickly whistled it dead as an incomplete pass. Well, I would love to know what the reasoning behind that decision was, because it clearly looked like a fumble from our view. Regardless, it is still 3rd and 7 here.
Third down with 7 yards to go for Arlington. Ball still in their own 41-yard line.
At least it was also just an incomplete instead of a stop, as the clock finally stopped again.
Third and 7 for the Spy Ponders offense. Roshan Mandel nearly gave it away on the last play.
A handoff.
They hand it to Cherry. He fights up the middle. It's going to be very close, but the indication is that he does have the yardage for a first down.
Carried by Darian Cherry. He's taken down by
Second down.
They take him down to the 48-yard line. It is a first down as the clock runs down to 6.5 minutes.
Looks like this play results in a first down. It'll be first and 10 for Arlington with the ball on their own 48-yard line.
The first pass of this drive, which is such an unexpected play by Arlington.
Mandel hands it to Cherry. He escapes one defender. Gets hit. Still fighting forward. Uses the wet ground to his advantage and gets about 10.
Cherry on that run, taken down by an entire host of Lexington Minutemen.
They're going to spot him a little bit shorter than that. It's going to be about 2nd and 2 here for Arlington.
Second down is about 2.
Clock continues to run. We are about to hit 5 minutes to play in the game. Lexington in dire need of a stop here, and we know that's something they're capable of. They have not given up any points in the second half. Second and 2, Mandel has one man on his backside. Harrison is the motion man. He gets the swing. He gets through one wave, and there he goes. Down to the 35 with another Arlington first down.
He's taken down by John Donahue for the Lexington Minutemen. My result of the first down will be 1st and 10 for Arlington. Ball on Lexington's 35-yard line.
I think just in these moments where defense can really make the difference, especially here for Lexington, it's just very important for them to stay calm and not get nervous and not be dominated by the offense. They need to sort of take the game back and control the field instead of just letting the offense.
Well, this is the time to do it. We're inside of 4 minutes to play.
Oh, yeah.
First down.
Let's see if
Cherry gets the carry. He'll be wrapped up by Nigel Tuatwa.
Ball carried by number 4, Darius.
We have a whistle. I believe that is a timeout taken by Lexington.
Nigel Netwa.
He'll get 5 on the carry. That stops the clock with 3:45 left to play. That'll bring Lexington to 2 timeouts.
Timeout on the field.
Lexington sideline trying to get the crowd into this. This is getting closer and closer to do or die for them. Arlington really taking their time in the huddle here. Eventually the ref has to come tell them to break it up. 3:45 left in the ball game. 2nd and 5 for Arlington on the 30-yard line of the Minutemen. Harrison is the motion man. He'll take the toss. And he's met, but gets through the first wave of defenders. Brought down after a gain of 1. Lexington calls their second timeout. 3:35 on the clock. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 here for Arlington.
Timeout call by Lexington. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game.
Once again, it's the Lexington defense out of their huddle first. They updated to give Harrison no gain on 2nd down, so it remains 3rd and 5. 3:35 left to play. The Minutemen are down to their final timeout. It's 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line of Lexington. Mandel hands it to Cherry. He's wrapped up behind the line.
What a great stop. That was perhaps one of the most important plays of this game.
That was Agresta, the first one to get to him. They're going to give him no gain on the play. It's 4th and 5. Arlington's offense is not going anywhere. This is potentially the play of the game right here. The clock is going to run down inside of 3 minutes. Lexington has only one timeout. This may be the ball game if Arlington is able to convert. We're going to get a whistle, and I believe Arlington wants to talk things over. They're down to 2 timeouts here.
Yeah, and it looks like Arlington's also very worried about having a Lexington offense back onto the field again. If they do trust their defense, they could still not go for it, but we don't know yet.
Arlington taking a very long time in this huddle once again. That is certainly not the first time I've said that.
Yeah, and I think also just in sports games in general, when you play, when you get nervous in very important situations like this, you also have to realize that the other side is probably just as nervous as you.
Here we go, 4th and 5. The crowd is louder than they've been tonight.
And here it goes.
Mandel has 2 men in the backfield with him. He's back to throw. It's knocked out at the line. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Minutemen.
He's going.
Paul Agresta back the other way. He's gone.
He's gone.
Touchdown, Lexington.
That was the greatest play of the game so far, and that changed the trajectory of this game.
Paul Agresta picks up the fumble and goes 65 yards the other way. Lexington has erased a 24-point deficit. They now take the lead with 2.5 left to play.
That was indeed a miracle tonight. I think I've never been so excited in a high school game ever in my life before. Just the amount of errors that Arlington had made throughout the night right now have basically cost them the game.
Now let's see what Lexington wants to do. They are bringing out Paul Agresta, who just put his team ahead, and as a reminder, he is normally the kicker for this team.
Yeah, and everybody has their own moments to shine.
John Kafalis will hold, so they are going to try this again. Kafalis gets it down. Agresta drives it through. Lexington, with 27 unanswered points, has taken a 3-point lead with 2:31 left to play in the 4th.
Yeah, this is basically what you need in really critical moments like this. People stepping up, do their job, capitalize on other people's mistakes, and turn the tide of this game. And this is what Paul Agresta just did. Yeah, the whole stadium is fired up right now. And everybody is really excited for a potential Lexington victory. First of the season, right?
It will be if they're able to hold on for these final 2.5 minutes.
I think just the Lexington defense and special teams just really deserves the credit tonight. Capitalizing a lot of the serious mistakes by Arlington and score important touchdowns for the team.
This is Nathan D'Souza who will kick off for the Minutemen. Caden Mills is waiting back deep to return. They have to keep the ball away from him. And if they don't, they have to get to him quickly here. We know what he can do in the return game. It's a very short one on the ground. That's going to roll out of bounds, and the flag comes in. So that is not the start that Lexington was looking for. Let's see where this ball ends up getting spotted.
Another flag.
So the refs are still discussing the placement of this ball after the kick went out of bounds. This is some process here for them to figure out where this ball is supposed to be placed.
I feel like this could not be very good for Lexington because they had just come off a really good series of momentum. I'm not sure if a pause for a very long time can do to their morale or their just general feel of the game.
Here we go. They spotted it about the 42. Lexington's defense has not given up any points this half. Can they do it for the final 2.5 minutes of this game and bring home a thrilling 24-point comeback victory?
He's looking to pass.
Randall's throw is broken up, I believe. Yes, it was. Incomplete with 2:26 left to play. The Lexington sideline is absolutely emphatic right now.
Oh, yeah.
They have to get the crowd into this, and let me tell you, they are doing that and more. Even the coaches are getting into it. This crowd is going to be louder than they have been all night. If you thought last drive they were loud, get ready.
Oh, yeah. The Lexington community just needs this more than anything right now.
Second and 10 from the 42 for Arlington.
And here it goes.
Vandal back to throw. His pass is too high and incomplete. It was intended for, that is Nico Trapatsis, the junior, but a miscommunication leads him to overthrow his man. It's 3rd and 10 now. And I think it really goes without saying that Arlington is in 4-down territory at this point. Just 2:22 left on the clock, and they only have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I feel like also I think the Arlington team sort of panicked when it had to do 2 pass plays in a row, which is not seen so far in this game.
Third and 10 from the 42 once again.
Line up in shotgun.
He drops back, sets up a screen. It's Cherry who breaks free. He gets past the initial wave.
No.
Down the sideline, and he is gone for the touchdown. But a flag is down. Hold on.
A flag.
There's a flag down by the Lexington 40. The Minutemen certainly think this is coming back. So hold everything.
Everybody just waving their hands. Come back, come back, come back. Yeah,
And it's coming back.
it is coming back.
Holding on Arlington wipes what was a 58-yard touchdown to Darian Cherry. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the greatest enemy for Arlington, there are two. One is Lexington defense and one are flags tonight. That must have been a very, very devastating news for the Arlington offense. It reminds me of that Falcon first down when it played the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they were set up to win the game after the Julio Jones catch on the sideline, but they brought themselves back over 20 yards with penalties. They ended up punting it, and you know the rest.
Let's see if something similar will happen here.
That's going to be a spot of the foul penalty. Holding at this level is different. So it's going to be 3rd down and 3 for Arlington at their own 49-yard line with just 2:11 to play. It's amazing how much has happened, and only 20 seconds has gone off the clock. The quarterback on that screen pass, interestingly, was Jack Zambardino. They went away from Roshan Mandel for that one play, and it worked very well for them, and Zambardino is back out there. It's 3rd and 3 on Arlington's own 49.
The entire stadium is shaking with intensity.
They hand it off. He finds some room down the sideline and is brought down across midfield at the 40. That's Jake Kerbel, the senior tight end and linebacker. They're going to mark him out at about Lexington's 42. The 43 officially. That is a first down. The clock runs. We're down inside of 2 minutes. Zambardino back out there. Arlington just realizing that the clock is running. They have to get moving here. We're down to 140 now.
It's ticking.
Zambardino back to pass. It's broken up.
It's broken.
That's John Donaghy, the captain and senior. 2nd and 10 now with 1:36 on the clock. Coach Wilson is squatting alone on the sideline right now. I can only imagine what's running through that guy's head.
Yeah, and I hope his heart is fine right now because there were a lot of turn of events that occurred throughout the game.
I'll tell you, my heart is definitely not fine right now, and I bet a lot of people in the crowd can say the same thing.
Yeah, I could say that too.
What a game that we have this Friday night. 2nd and 10 for Arlington on the 42 of Lexington with 1:36 left to play. Zambardino is lined up in shotgun again. He drops back to pass. Pass is thrown to nobody, and it's incomplete. Make it 3rd down and 10. He had a man in the area, but it was just overthrown.
I think like in situations like this, it's just very hard. When you know that you have to do something different to sort of change the game, but at the same time, you don't want to sort of abandon what you've been doing that has been working. And this is what's going to happen to Arlington right now as they basically just abandon their running game, trying to play a very pass-heavy offense right now and trying to see if they can turn the tides of this game.
Just moments ago, Arlington had it on 3rd and 10, and they set up a screen pass that went for 58 yards and a touchdown, but it was wiped by a holding call. Let's see what they do here. The throw towards the sideline it appears to be broken up. And That will make it 4th and 10 with 1:20 on the clock.
Takes us up to 4th down and 10 for Arlington.
So here we go.
Hold your breath, folks.
4th and 10 to likely decide it. Lexington clinging to a 3-point lead, which at one point was a 24-point deficit. But their fourth quarter heroics have come through. Mistakes by the Arlington offense were capitalized on by the Lexington defense. Paul Agresta took the fumble back 65 yards to give his team the lead. And here they are now on 4th and 10 with a timeout taken by Lexington. That is their final one.
Yeah, you do want to sort of relax in this moment when the players are all heated up, all excited. They could lose their mind. They could basically just lose that mindset. Right now, it's more important to stay calm, keep your composure, and just keep playing that play by play.
If you get this play right, you win.
Oh, yeah.
If you get it wrong, you lose. So it's absolutely important that Lexington knows exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, you could also just feel the stadium shaking right now just from all the stomps, the knocks from the excited Lexington community, excited for this team, and just basically so passionate and so happy about what the community had achieved tonight.
Almost the entire sideline is riling this crowd up.
Oh, yeah.
Arlington, once again, is yet to break their huddle. I would love to get a count on how many times I've said that tonight. Jack Zambardino is lined up in shotgun once again. Here we go.
Here it goes.
He's going to air it out, and it's broken up!
It's broken!
The Lexington defense comes through. They get off the field, and with 1:16 left, the offense is back out there. Maybe one first down away from capping a 24-point comeback.
The Lexington defense is truly the hero of the field tonight, capitalizing major mistakes and made sure to send their team to victory tonight for their first win in the season over a very strong team and also under very terrible conditions. I don't think there can be a more impressive win to sort of start off the season. I'm not start off, but get your first win of the season.
We're not out of the hole yet. There's still 1:16 on this clock.
That is true.
Arlington has 2 timeouts left. O'Shaughnessy will keep it himself. Looked like he almost lost control of it for a second, but he hangs on. He will lose yards, and Arlington will call their second timeout. That leaves them with 1. We have 1:10 on the clock here.
Just keep the ball, keep calm, don't try to be a hero, and this game can be won. Can be won. Sorry, folks.
O'Shaughnessy is being helped off the field once again. You really hope whatever injury he's been dealing with, it's not long term.
Oh, yeah. O'Shaughnessy has been excellent on the field tonight, making incredible plays that saved Lexington from
Paul Agresta will retake his job as the backup quarterback here. He is really one of the heroes of this game, taking the fumble 65 yards for the touchdown, then knocking through the extra point after. He scored the last 7 points for the Minutemen, and now he takes over in a huge spot here. It's 2nd and 17 with 1:10 left, and honestly, Lexington may just be content to just fall on the ball here. Arlington can only stop the clock once, so they could run this down to about 30, 35 seconds before they kick it back away to Arlington. And if they kick it out of bounds, they could be giving Arlington the ball with really about 30 seconds left, maybe even less than that, and no timeouts. needing to go the length of the field, assuming they don't have a great kicker, which they probably don't given the fact that they've gone for two so many times. Agresta will take it.
It is
They'll
a
push
brawl.
him forward. And he is brought down. Whistles come in. Arlington takes their final timeout with 1:03 on the clock. That play took 7 seconds off the clock. That is absolutely huge for the Minutemen, because that might not seem like a lot, but in the final stretch of this game with only 1:03 left, that's a ton of time.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a great job by Agresta and by the rest of the team to keep him up for longer than they needed to burn that time off the clock. So now Arlington is out of timeouts. Lexington could just do the same thing again, keep it on the ground and just fall on it. You might take a loss of yards, but that doesn't really matter. They could run this down. Really, now we're looking at 20 seconds, possibly even less than that. So Arlington, in all likelihood, is just going to send everybody, and the Minutemen will hold the ball for as long as they can before going down. Then they'll bring out the punt team, and Arlington at that point will have to hope for a miracle.
That was a long and very good analysis, Austin.
So here we go, 3rd and 16. Both teams out of timeouts. Agresta waiting for it. He'll take it. And he will go down. And now the clock will run.
How to turn tables right now. What the Arlington did to Lexington in the third quarter now is biting at the back in the fourth quarter, the most important time of this game.
We're down to 40 seconds left. Again, they do not clearly define how long the play clock is at the high school level. We're down to 30 now. Lexington, understandably, in no hurry. They do not have any timeouts, so they will likely just have to take a delay of game here. And the clock will stop at 14 seconds. They might want to put a second or two back on the clock because the whistle did blow a little bit before that. So we'll see what they do. Lexington takes the delay of game, which doesn't matter all that much to them. The punt team takes the field. John Kafalis is out there. We saw him strike a very well-placed punt last time, downing it inside the 9. It's obviously a very different situation, so we'll see how they play this. There are 14 seconds on the clock. Kafalis is punting from just inside his own 25.
Every play basically just mattered for Lexington, and in the fourth quarter, every play mattered.
High snap. Kafalis loses it.
No.
He has to pick it up, and he is brought down. And that play right there is going to keep Arlington in the game for one, maybe two more shots. They have 11 seconds left to work with. And they are going to be set up very well, maybe inside the 20 or even the 15. That was very not ideal for the Minutemen. They're going to mark him down at the 21. So Arlington out of timeouts here. They cannot target the middle of the field unless they are planning on getting into the end zone. They have to throw to the sidelines, and if they're not going to do either of those two things, then you just got to go for it all. We are assuming that kicking is not an option for them, just given the fact that there aren't many good place kickers at this level and the conditions of the field. So let's see what happens. Zambardino is back out there in shotgun.
Here it goes.
He drops back. Has time, throws it to the end zone. And is it picked?
Is it?
Is it intercepted? Yes, it is! Picked off by Lexington. They take over with 5 seconds left. They've done it.
So tonight, it's miracle at the field, at the stadium. You would not have expected this. Lexington was down by 24 in the first quarter, and now they have come back 27 against 24.
Lexington will take the field for what should be one final kneel down.
Tonight,
What an unbelievable night
Right.
for this team. What an unbelievable night for this town.
Tonight is a night to celebrate. The sidelines all riled up. They know the victory is within their grasp.
There's the knee. And this game
This
is
it.
over.
It's over.
Lexington gets their first win of the season in incredible fashion. Going down 24 points in the first half. They rally for 2 quick scores at the end of the second. Put up nothing in the third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, when it mattered the most, they come up with 2 defensive touchdowns to seal the deal. The students rush the field because why not, man? This is what high school sports are all about.
Exactly.
What an unbelievable night for this team.
Right, this was a roller coaster of emotions throughout the night. I don't think that anybody have expected how this game would turn out like this. And this was just an amazing game to witness, and it's such a pleasure and an honor to be able to witness this game.
Once again, Lexington gets their first win of the season. They take down Arlington at home by a final score of 27-24. I'm Austin Raish. I'm joined by Edmund Meng from all of us here at LexMedia. Thank you for being with us
Thank you.
tonight.
Good night.